These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt. Beats by Dallas, make it hurt.
And a very good evening, everybody. It's Monday night. It's a little bit after 9 o'clock. And welcome along to this week's episode of Tea and Tops. We're live tonight on Twitch at twitch.tv/teaandtopps. We're also live on the Tea and Tops Facebook page and on our YouTube channel as well. You're very welcome along. If you're watching along with us tonight, it's lovely to have you with us. Feel free to get involved. Drop some comments. We can see your chat comments tonight. And as always, I'm joined by my good friend Jason. Jason, how are we doing this week?
Doing great. It was a long weekend. We've survived. We're a little bit close to Christmas, but we got like 12 days left to go. So I hope everyone's done their Christmas shopping or whatever religious holiday shopping you may do. Some of you celebrate Festivus. So
Festivus,
get ready for the pole of forgiveness or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Yeah, it's been a fun week. I'm back to work after 2 weeks off, so yeah, it's a shock to the system today, but hey ho, it keeps the kids in Christmas presents if nothing else, I guess.
Exactly, they get more and more expensive every year.
Yeah, damn right. Golly, you don't have to tell me this year. Oofed.
It's like going from like big league to Inception to
Definitive. yeah, man, we're climbing up through the product brands. That is for sure. So yeah, welcome along to this week's show. Just Jason and I this week. And this is our last regular show of the year. I think we, in a very brief pre-production meeting, not 5 minutes ago before we started the stream, this will be the last of our regular shows for this year. So we've got a couple of specials. There'll still be live shows, but a couple of specials to round out the year. So we'll have our Festivus special, if you want to call it that, then next week. That'll be on the 20th of December, and then on the 27th to round out the year we'll have a bit of a recap show. I'm sure we'll be drinking a seltzer or two in true end of year fashion. I forgot to mention last week. Yeah, I have some Bud Light seltzer to sample now.
Good. Did you get the retro pack?
No, see, I was gonna pick up the 12 pack. But it was just as cheap to buy singles, and I didn't really want the cherry one, so I just bought like 3 loose ones for £6 instead of paying £12 for like the 6-pack. That's how tight I am. Typical Scotsman and all that. So yeah, I'm sure we'll sink a few beverages, and we'll have a recap of 2021 on the 27th of December. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan for the next few weeks. But yeah, regular scheduled program tonight. So we'll take a bit of a look at the news from the last week or so. Again, time of year, there's not frightfully much going on. We'll get the latest on Project 70 from Jason. And yeah, we'll look at, I don't know what else we're going to talk about. Bunt, probably.
We're talking about Bunt.
We're going to talk about Bunt.
A lot of time on Bunt lately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is by far, I think, the best source of Tops related banter, if nothing else, at the minute. New
at
releases.
least there's a weekly release.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's never any. There's never any printing problems. There's never any delays or problems with shipping. So COVID doesn't seem to affect it.
We were saying off the air that the biggest problem about Bunt is the people that use Bunt trying to make trades with them.
Yeah, you've been having some fun with that recently, right?
Absolutely. So I've been doing the Inception Black set, and I got the rare set pretty quickly, and I was finding out I had a couple of super rares, so I went for the relic signature set there, and yeah, I spent pretty much all weekend trading all my super rares to get that. And I met some interesting characters along the way, to say the least.
Yeah.
I try to think of it as like you're talking about zeros and ones here. So, how precious are you about these cards? So,
Yeah, sometimes, man, it can be difficult to find people who are willing to part with their duplicates, right? Even when they've got like 10 of a card. And it's like, oh, geez, come on, I'm clearly trading in your favor here. Like, are you sure you can't just spare me one of them? Like, I just need one.
yeah, I don't understand. I mean, we're trying to get a bunt super collector on. We have a name, and we're trying to track him down so we can actually have a chat with him to see if he wants to come on the show there.
Yeah, we're
But
basically having to go on the dark web to find this dude, all right?
yeah, he's not very chatty.
Yeah.
And I can understand for the people who actually spend money on bunt. Like I said, I spent a total of £4 so far. I've been playing it since March. I think we started in March. We started playing bunt, and so I'm a free to play player. So I can understand the people who spent $100-$200 on their cards that maybe don't want to give their cards away. But I guess if you're spending that kind of money, do you really care?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you have that budget to spend on a mobile game, then I mean, I don't know. There's maybe some like mad black market for these things that we've just not discovered yet. I mean, obviously,
not for rares and super rares. I mean, iconics, legendaries, absolutely. If you go look at eBay, you see in legendaries that people post their cards up there and happily sell them there. But we're talking about rares. We're talking about a couple of super rares that but. I guess people trade 4 or 5 super rares for an iconic and upgrade that way. So maybe that's the logic behind it. But I mean, who knows? I mean, these people, if you're already spending that kind of money to get iconics, and you really don't need to worry about your super rares once you get your set done.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, if you're trying to trade with somebody who's sitting with like 25 iconics or 25 legendaries in their collection, and they won't part with one of their 12 rares or something, it's like, right, okay. There's clearly other you have other things on your mind. That's fine. I get it. I get it.
Luckily enough, I've met enough people there. So I find the biggest success is to always tell everyone, cheers, thank you, much appreciated, and it goes a long way. I've met a lot of people
totally.
that way.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I would agree.
I've made, and once I've done that a few times, people are always like, hey, cool, thanks, no problem. Always glad to help. I'm always looking to fill gaps in my set. I built up a nice little community of people that are always willing to trade, or at least listen to my offers.
which is better than most, to be fair.
Yeah. So I've been digging that there, and we actually had a Twitter follower. I had tweeted about Tyson's Beck's newest launch, which was this fire set, which is awesome. I really kind of enjoy that, and I think that might be because the first card of the first pack I opened, I got a Byron Buxton iconic the first card.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet as well. It's a cool card.
I've already traded it away.
Yeah, have you really?
I did. I traded it away within hours.
Did you put it on the teaandtopps Twitter, or which Twitter did you put it on? I can't remember.
I put it on teaandtopps Twitter. So
there you go. So if you want to know what we're talking about, go check our Twitter feed.
And I traded it for Jared Kilnick, fire iconic.
What, an iconic as well?
Yeah, he's in the set.
Nice.
So literally, so a guy reached out and said, "Oh, you guys are on bunt." So I passed him mine and Graham's bunt account names, and he sent over a bunch of super rares for me because he saw I was a Mariner fan. He's like, "I just doesn't do my set any good, and I'm not gonna complain about getting free super rares from somebody from a team I collect." So
yeah, no, that's interesting because I got a random ad from somebody and I couldn't figure out how. I just assumed it was somebody who had joined the Topps group, but no, or joined our Facebook group. We have a Topps Bunt UK and Europe Facebook group. If you happen to be looking, feel free to join us. I figured it was just somebody from there, but I guess not. It must be that dude, right?
It's our friend on Twitter. So
there we go. Look at you making friends with people on the internet, not just enemies.
I have a lot of friends on the internet. I'm internet popular.
You must be batting about 500 between friends and enemies, though, right? How many eBay sellers do you have as friends on the internet?
Oh gosh, I hope they never put two and two together.
Oh, geez, that would be kind of funny. I mean, that's where the exciting Topps product news at the minute is. Nothing actually been released in baseball in the last 7 days. I suppose that's not strictly true, but it is products we've spoken about before. So Topps Chrome Black has released now. I actually have a couple of boxes that somewhere over the Atlantic at the moment as we speak on the way. Quite a cool product. I ordered a few boxes of it last year, and these were the boxes that got stolen in transit, and I never saw them again. So it was, I lost 3 boxes of Topps Chrome Black last year, $450 worth of stuff, that were pinched by porch pirates, which is rather infuriating.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, so I got a couple of boxes of 2021 coming over. Real cool looking product, but you only get 4 cards in the box. It's like 100 plus. I don't have my final price yet, but it'll probably be about £140, something like that. 4 cards in the box. You get a pack of 3 cards, and you get 1 encapsulated autograph card as well. So I figured they'd be quite a cool thing to open. Like, I'll probably do like a bit of a festive stream on the old shutout cards as well, and
I'll look
some
forward to the
stuff up.
Festivus stream here.
yeah, man. I'll do my Festivus stream over there. Open some stuff up and just sell the singles out of it as I open them. But yeah, so that's
how this. But there actually is a George Costanza card out. I can't remember who produced it. I think it was Panini as a George Costanza card.
Really? Why would it? Oh,
because I mean, he's got the tie-in with the Yankees and like that there. So I think it's like apparently it's like a game worn patch George Costanza's card.
That sounds like an Allen and Ginter thing, but
I think it's Panini. I was surprised to see it.
I'll search it up in a second for sure.
Yes, I was like, I'd buy that. I absolutely would go and try to open that there.
I don't know, actually.
But yeah, so you get one encapsulated card. I'm assuming you're mostly getting stars and players.
The checklist is pretty decent. Yeah, pretty stacked with rookies, and some legends as well. It kind of needs to be for. I think I just found it. Oh no, maybe not. You need to get it. They need to make it a pretty decent checklist for that kind of money. I mean, there's some. I don't want to call them scrubs. That's rather unfair. There's some
shed longs in there.
There's some not exactly marquee rookies in there. Like, there's a lot of rookies, but not marquee rookies in there. But then you couldn't just have like the major guys in it, or else it would cost £450 a box, not £145. So you pay your money, you take your chance, as the old saying goes. So yeah, that could be kind of fun to open some of those. I'm undecided if I'm just going to try and retail them out, or if I'll keep them for myself. We'll see. They could be kind of fun to
break that. I mean, that would be £40 per person. 35
yeah. It's a rough thing to break. You could do it as an add-on with something else, with some other boxes, like a cheap box, and then add that on. 145 divided by, call it 150 just for easy maths. But on 30 spots, you're only adding £5 per break spot.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
At a chance of landing like a pretty cool card. So.
All right, count me in, Mariners. I'm doing it now. Screw your 10 a.m. thing. I'm saying now.
Dude, you can't be giving away Mariners spots anymore. They demand far too much money with your man Kelenic and whatever else. Like before, it would just be a bit of a laugh. Like you couldn't give the Mariners away. Like you can't give the Rockies away right now, and you can't give the Diamondbacks away. Yeah, but the Mariners, I'm afraid, are the hot ticket. So.
How'd your break go? Did you get anything in the Mariners break? Has that happened yet?
Which one?
What was the break that you were saying the Mariners were going to be a random?
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so Topps Update, which was Kelenic's first proper, in inverted commas, rookie card. So it was a break of that and a jumbo box of Update and a box of Gold Label. So we got that over the line, and we did that on Friday night, I think.
Friday.
Yeah. A couple of pretty cool autographs came out of it, actually. I can't remember who the heck they were, because you put me right on the spot with that. And I shipped the cards out today, so I can't even look at them and go, oh yeah, look at what we got. A Texas Rangers rookie, I think, was the autograph out of Update. And the one out of Gold Label, I can't for the life of me remember who it was. Twins, I think. I want to say it was the Twins.
That's all right. It was just one of those things, and it was just my own curiosity, because you said the Mariners had to be at a random there, and so I started doing the research and kind of going, okay, well, I know there's Kelenic, I know there's Julio Rodriguez, and I guess you can say Logan Gilbert you can throw in there as well. There, so we've got some hot prospects coming up there. I tried bribing you the weekend before when you were down. It didn't help. And,
we couldn't quite get a deal done, could we?
Yes, those under the table deals haven't worked out so far. So next time you see someone with the name of Mason Kerr, the Mariners spot,
or like
Not me, I
Julio.
swear, it's not Mason. I'm not Mason Kerr.
It's like Julio. What's the baseball card that gets used for money laundering all the time? Like, I want to say
Oh,
Julio Franco, but it's not Julio Franco, but it's something
no,
like
it's
that.
Jose Uribe.
Ah, yeah. That's right. Yeah. So if you see Jose Uribe in there, then there you go.
We're giving out my aliases. We're in trouble now.
So yeah, Topps Chrome Black is released. Heritage High Number is out now as well, which I feel like I've spoken about for ages, but I have done because the retail boxes came out before the hobby boxes by about 3 weeks, which is quite bizarre. But hobby boxes are out now as well. This is like the third release of Heritage in the year, so we have Heritage right at the start, round about spring training, start the regular season, Heritage comes out, and then later in the year we have Heritage High Number, which is like the second half of the set, so cards 351, I think, through 700. And we also had Heritage Minor League in the middle of there as well. So Heritage fans, there's obviously a lot of them. Good evening, Glenn. Heritage High Number is out now as well. Very competitively priced. I guess a little bit like Topps Update. I think it focuses a bit more on traded players and rookies who have come up through the year because it's quite a well priced box. It should be comfortably under £100 for a hobby box. I think one autograph up in there. So yeah, pretty good price, pretty good product to end the year. Like I say, I'll have some of those this week sometime. So that's about it. Well, that's it for new release baseball. For new release other sports, I noticed Topps have released, or Topps have picked up the license for the Premier Lacrosse League.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
I thought we were going to have something completely different here, but I'll mention that after you talk about lacrosse.
Yeah, there you go. So there we go. This is the first edition of the Topps Premier Lacrosse League cards. £10 a box, cheap. But there you go. It's lacrosse. This is the first of it. 8 cards for a tenner. Set's only
people that play lacrosse. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah, the complete set is only 55 cards. That's wild. you could do a set in like 7 boxes. That's nuts.
To be fair, I don't even know any people play lacrosse at the same time. Like 8, 6,
yeah,
12.
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. It's feckin' brutal.
Oh yeah.
Like these dudes who are playing like top level stuff. They are savages. It's wild. It's just sport based assault from what I can tell.
I think what we're going to see from there is you're going to start seeing it kind of be like American football, and you're going to start seeing some paths there because those dudes just take each other out.
Yeah,
at some point in time, it's kind of reminds me of rugby, where it's just a bunch of dudes just kind of like smashing each other.
Yeah, and like they've just introduced a ball and stick arrangement to make it seem like it's an organized game, but really they're just knocking the 7 shades of shit out of each other.
So to be fair, it did come from the Indians that played a game similar to it.
Oh, really? I didn't know. Here we go.
That is the backstory on there, but I'm not going to say I know which tribe did it because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth more than I normally do.
Yeah, let's not get cancelled before we get an audience of like 20.
But yeah, it comes down. It's a Native American sport that it got developed at. So I guess that always explain why it never came across the pond because
yeah. I played it. We played it in school. We did like a school thing of lacrosse, like for maybe
really
a month or something. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was because it was kind of fun. It's quite fun, like to throw the ball back and forward with the old basket on the end of a stick. Like it's quite a fun game to play. Like, but at like stupid school level, like never mind going out and getting rocked by these dudes. Yeah. Like I'll let them get on with it, but there you go. So we had. I'm gonna have to add this, or at least a couple of boxes of this, to my obscure sports Topps collection because I already have like college volleyball cards, so I might as well add Premier League lacrosse cards. Sitting unopened, I have Topps 2019 Alliance of American Football. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that whole half a season.
That whole half a season. I have 2 boxes of Topps 2019 Alliance of American Football unopened. They'll be collector's editions in 10 years.
Collector's editions now. They don't exist.
Yeah, and I also have 2020 XFL hobby box. Look at this. All the classics.
which never happened.
It didn't even happen. And yet there's a trading card collection of it. So yeah, I got some classics here, man.
I mean, you never know. You might have your Kurt Warner in there. You just know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. I think some of those dudes are in CFL and stuff now, at the very least. So,
Did you see it was the Grey Cup this weekend?
no, I saw the Grey Cup was on, but I didn't see when it was on. I'm surprised our friends in Canada's top hat, America's top hat, weren't messaging us more about the Grey Cup, because I know Nick's right into it, right?
Yeah. So it's you know what the team that lost. You know why they lost?
Oh
They had a
no!
rouge. They caused a rouge. I shit you
No
not.
way! Oh my god!
So I caught the highlights of this real quick. And so with Canadian football, if you don't return the ball out of the end zone and just take a knee like you would normally do with the NFL and take the 25-yard line, the kicking team gets a rouge from that, which is 1 point, and it prevented the team from winning the game. It tied, went to overtime, and that team lost.
Oh man. That sounds a little bit like the end of the Formula One season, but we're not going to go there either.
We'll talk about Formula One because I don't know anything about Formula One. When Topps was doing the giveaway, well, what your favorite race is, I had to Google what's my favorite F1 race. Oh yeah, Monaco. Monaco's my favorite. Yeah, I absolutely love Monaco.
Freaking everyone says Monaco. It's so predictable.
I don't even know anyone for races. It was the first one that came up. I was like, okay, give me my free triple threads and whatever else Topps is trying to give away that I enter 4 times every account.
Yeah. Now there's a sport. There's a Topps licensed brand that has just gone to the stratosphere this year, as far as trading cards and stuff go. But yeah, F1 trading cards are just daft money, like daft.
Do you think, is there a reason why? Is it just because it's a posh sport, and so people go, oh cool, I can get a Lewis Hamilton card? Because you're not hillbilly Jim going, yeah, all right, man, you got NASCAR, yeah, the cars go fast in a circle.
Yeah, well, I mean, Panini have the NASCAR license, so we need to start a different podcast to talk about that. But,
oh gosh.
So
Eddie Lights and NASCAR, there we go.
Yeah. So F1 got bought over like maybe 5 or 6 years ago now by a company called Liberty Media Group. So it used to be owned by one eccentric dude called Bernie Eccleston, and he got bought out by Liberty Media, right? And one of the things they've really focused on is expanding the appeal of F1 in the United States. So obviously we have the US Grand Prix, and for a while there, but I mean not so much before they took over, but for a while it was seen as a bit of a diddy race. You know, they sort of ran it on the infield of Indianapolis at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then they finally moved it out to its home, if you will, at what's it they call it, Great American Racetrack or something, but in Texas. So Liberty Media have been working really hard to raise the profile of Formula One globally, but quite a lot in the US as well. They got Netflix in, and Netflix do a sort of behind the scenes documentary every year called Drive to Survive.
I watched a bit of that.
Yeah, so it's been a massive success, and it's really played well in raising the profile of F1. It's also been buoyed by the fact that it's been an insanely dramatic year all year, with the battle between Mercedes and Red Bull on a team level, and then the individual battle between Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen, who won it. Max Verstappen, spoiler alert, but it was 2 days ago, so if you haven't heard, screw you.
Too bad.
Yeah, too bad, so sad, never mind. Yeah, so big fight, the sort of season-long fight between the teams and between Verstappen and Hamilton, and it's actually been like legitimate good drama, not just sporting drama, but just good drama in general. And this year seems to be the year that it's really taken off. Again, I think pandemic fueled, because you know you're sitting at home, you're working and watching Netflix at the same time. So I don't think you can underestimate just how much the profile was increased by Drive to Survive on Netflix, and like I say, there has just been genuine good sport and genuine drama all through the season this year. And of course,
there's a couple of movies out that have come out as well. I've watched those. I can't think of the name. It was the dude that burned his face off or lost his ear.
Niki Lauda. Yeah,
Niki Lauda. That was actually a really good documentary, or not documentary, movie.
I haven't seen that. It's got a Hemsworth in it, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's right. One of the Hemsworths.
Just pick one, it'll be there.
Yeah, just a Hemsworth.
It's the same thing, kind of, pandemic fueled. What's this? I'll put it on. All right, it's actually pretty good. All right, that's an interesting story.
I think a lot of the smart investors saw that F1 was going to be the next big sport. Like looking at the trading card environment, when trading cards in general started to take off, people were looking for things that were undervalued. The English Premier League, a Panini product, was the first one that went, and when it went from you could hardly give the stuff away 2 years ago to being £1,000 a box, and new eyes came onto the trading card sphere in general. People were looking for that next big thing. Like what's the next one going to be? Basketball had already gone stratospheric thanks to Zion 2 years ago. NFL the same with with Mahomes, and
Joe Burrows,
we've seen a lot of
Justin Hubert from the Chargers,
Josh Allen for the Bills. We've seen an incredible crop of rookies and rookie quarterbacks come through in the last few years. Mm-hmm. So that's fueled those box prices and sent them to the moon. Baseball, like we've talked about this at great length before, it's seen an increase, but not as much as the other sports have. So people were looking at it and thinking, well, what's the next big one that's going to go? And the two that people seemed to plunk for were UFC, which did kind of go up, but not to the same extent that Formula One went. Formula One went almost English Premier League numbers, like 500-600% more year on year, which is, crazy.
Well, they'll drop back to reasonable prices. Like I said, if we can take Project 2020 example, you could only buy a Mike Trout Ermsey card for over $2,000. You can pick one for $350 now.
Yeah, I saw one for $350. I saw one getting sold for the other day. It's like, far out, that's fallen.
I waited for my Gregory Siff. So
yeah, of course, yeah. But when you look at F1, it's 10 teams and 20 drivers. It's not, or it's maybe 11, 22. I can't quite remember. I've probably made an arse of myself there, but it's not. It's not like NFL where it's 32 teams, or MLB where it's 30 teams, or NBA where it's 32 teams. It's a much smaller sample size to try and build a product out of. It's a bit like the lacrosse cards we were just talking about. There's eight Premier League lacrosse teams, so they've built a card set out of 8 lacrosse teams, and the base set's only 55 cards. So, but again, it's like, well, we'll do F1 Chrome and we'll do F1 Super Shiny 7, and do you know what I mean? So it's like just variations on the same theme, to try and eke as much out of it as they can. But for a while there, you couldn't get Topps Chrome Formula One from this year for less than like $800 a box. It's crazy, right?
Absolutely.
There you go. But then again, some of these cars may have massive upside if you're into it, and you know the young drivers and the potential of some of these young drivers. So it'll be interesting to see how that progresses over the coming years. But a very dramatic end to the F1 season as it was, as it turned out, I guess.
Well, the cards I was referring to that we haven't come out yet, and hoping Topps does, was the Excel Championship Final.
What? Oh, yes! This has just set social media ablaze this weekend, hasn't it? It was even at my work today. So I work for a software company, and it was dropped in like one of the we have like a random channel in Slack, and it sparked off heavy debate about who won and why, and I think it should have been the other person, and like there was I thought there was going to be genuine arguments over the data modeling world championships that were held over the weekend. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. It was on ESPN, for God's sake. Can you believe it?
Microsoft had an Excel spreadsheet modeling competition, which apparently goes year round, and this was like the championship of this. ESPN hosted it. I think Bill Gates was there as one of the presenters.
Really?
Or at least they had him there to congratulate the person there. I saw a quick picture of that there. I haven't watched it because I don't have ESPN. But like, are we going to see Topps doing cards of this soon?
Dude, you never know. You never know. I mean, we have esports cards, right? This is this is just another esport. I mean, it's a very, very niche esport. Let's be honest, but
yes,
But yeah, it's unbelievable. You can watch the live stream back actually on YouTube. So it was streamed live on YouTube, and it was streamed in the US. It was on ESPN3, the Ocho. I mean, it sounds like a joke, right? It's like let's put on the World Cup of Excel, but of Microsoft Excel. That's basically what it was. Yeah, the Data Modeling World Championships.
This was going on for years. This is the first time it got televised.
I know, but it's suddenly like until the weekend, and then it just blew up, and suddenly it was everywhere over the weekend. Like it caught fire on TikTok. How old am I? How cool am I talking about TikTok as a 41-year-old married father of two? Yeah, I was on TikTok at the weekend and saw the Microsoft Excel Data Modeling Championships. And suddenly it was everywhere. It was like I couldn't go to like a news outlet and not see news of the Data Modeling World Championships. I don't know why it went viral this year. It was very interesting though. But if you've got a couple hours you want to kill, you can go back and watch the live stream on YouTube. I haven't watched much of it, but they had like 3 color commentators like commenting on what was going on at the same. Like that's unbelievable. Like it's one thing to be involved in it and to be able to do that kind of thing, but to sit and commentate on it, that's wild.
Yeah.
Dude, that blows my mind.
He's picked cell F.
Yeah.
He's made it blue. Right, there we go. It's now blue.
Oh, look out! He's got a hashtag ref error, which always happens to me on when I'm using Microsoft Excel. Yeah, it's crazy. That is mad. Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. That's probably made me laugh. Yeah, who knows, right? If they're losing the MLB license, so why not? Why not pick up the rights to the Data Modeling World Championships? Yeah, it could be the next big thing. Hey, shit, we're sitting talking about it, right?
Exactly, yeah, it's a conversation thing to go. I mean, who would have guessed we'd be talking about Excel?
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, so talking of miracles, if we're talking of miracles, something we spoke about in a podcast has become true.
Ooh.
Who'd have thought that would have happened? So all through the year, we've made scant, wild predictions about what was going to happen in Project 70 and got them all wrong. And then what was going to happen with NFTs and got most of that wrong. And then, and then one thing I talked about last week was that PSA were going to reopen submissions. And lo and behold, they announced this week they are reopening submissions. So look at us. We're ahead of the curve on something. I'm shocked and stunned.
That's going to be our 2022 show.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm going to dine out on that. Yeah, I got something right on this frickin' podcast. Yeah, so the rumor was they were going to open for submissions again, and they have announced they're going to open for submissions again. So they're opening their quote regular service at $100 per card. So they're still playing the price game of we don't want you grading your 88 Donruss. We'll take your premium cars only, please, on their standard service. They haven't disclosed exactly how long they expect their standard service to take, but they're at least open again. They're doing it in an online queuing system, so similar to the way that we've seen, presumably, with the NFT purchasing experience. So go here at this time if you've got cards to grade, join our queue. Once you've got your space in the queue, I believe you're going to be limited to X amount of cards per transaction at $100 per card, and that way they can limit the input. So they've gone from basically the 1970s and you have to fill out a paper form and send your cards in to, they've obviously taken this opportunity to upgrade their submission process quite a lot, and now they're doing online queuing, and you're completing all your paperwork digitally, and then sending your submission off after that, which I think is only a good thing. That part of the collecting ecosystem needed to advance, and I guess maybe that's going to be one of the good things that's come out, or that will come out from these companies like HGA and their like, who are bringing modern processes and digitalization to this particular corner of the card collecting industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Everyone's like, "Oh, it's $100 per card." It's like, I'm not opposed to that. I'm really not. Like I said, you don't need to be grading $88.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just not
but all these shed long rookies, they can just stay in their top loaders a bit longer.
Pretty much, yeah. Especially that orange refractor one I got for Christmas.
Yeah, man. Merry
That's
Christmas.
yeah. But I guess so. How do you think this affects the values of the card now? So are you adding $100? So say I've got my, well, we'll say the Mike Trout Ermsey rookie, or Ermsey card, $250 right there. You get it graded for $100. Are you now selling it for 400, 500?
I mean, you
Because you
could.
got to add that.
You could try, but I don't think a card of that value would be worth it. Like if you've pulled something out of a box that's worth, so one of the UK card collecting community. I don't know if you saw this actually. I think you did. One of the UK card collecting community pulled a Mike Trout 1 of 1 from.
Yep.
Oh no, I can't. Stadium Club Chrome, I think it was, from this year's Stadium Club Chrome.
Yes.
So we were speculating as to how much that would be. It's a 1 of 1. It's packed fresh. It looked clean from my eye. I am not a grader, but it looked pretty sharp, right? So we're speculating on price. I reckoned anywhere from $500 to $750 in raw condition. In my opinion, that's a card worth grading for $100 because I think you would be adding more than $100 of value to it, especially if it graded out really well. Mm-hmm. So, of course, when you send cards in for grading, you can put a minimum grade on as part of your submission and say, right, I want you to look at this card, but unless it's going to grade a 9 or more, a 9 or better, I don't want you to grade it. And they won't grade it and they'll send you it back. You lose your fee, so it's a bit of a gamble at $100, but if you've paid... Stadium Club Chrome. So if you've paid, let's say, £125 for that box, UK money, or if you manage to get one from Topps UK, £75. So if you've paid £75 for that box, you've pulled one card out of it that's worth anywhere from $500 to $750 raw, and you think, I want to get that graded, and it's going to cost me another, call it £100 rather than $100 by the time you do all logistics from this side of the UK, this side of the Atlantic, sorry. So your total investment in that card, including the entire box that it came out of, is £175, and it's not going to drop in value because you spend that £100 to get it graded. So still, at worst, it'd be worth anywhere from $500 to $750. You'd like to think if it grades a 9 or hopefully a 10, that could make it $1,000 card. So that's definitely worth it. But these kind of borderline things, like you say, that's what they're trying to. At $20 you're just going to do it, right? But at $100 it makes you think a bit more, and you think, is it really worth doing it? And they're trying to make that decision for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people still do it. Do you think people are going into it going, it's going to add at minimum $100 to the value of the card?
Yeah. It's known the number. I don't know enough of the breakdown between what's it worth raw versus what's it worth graded. But if you're experienced enough with graded cards versus raw, then you're going to know what that cutoff point is, what that break point is. I imagine if you could sell it raw for $250, I think anything north of that, if you've just pulled it out of a box and the box price was reasonable, then it's probably worth it from that point up. But any loose card that's not worth that much, I think you're probably better still holding it. But that is the opinion of an idiot. So
yeah, exactly. No, it's interesting because I'm assuming that PSA will have some sort of label or something to designate that is now from the $100 submission thing, because you're going to have a bunch of people going, I paid $100 to get this $88 card.
Wow, that's true. I mean, you'll be able to tell by the serial number. So I think when you look up the serial number, it'll give you the date that it's graded, and then you can use your own knowledge from there to say, well, you can take a rough guess at how much they paid to have a card graded. Under the old system, I don't know if this was Beckett or if this was PSA. People will shout at me in the comments if I get this wrong, but one of the grading companies, I'm going to give myself an out, they used to charge you were charged on a level depending how much the card was worth. So if you were trying to grade like a T206 Honus Wagner that's worth 1.5 million, you had to pay a pretty penny to get it graded. But if you're trying to grade like an 88 Donruss Common, it was like $20 or like $12 or something.
It was PSA.
Is that PSA? I couldn't remember which one it was. Yeah, so they would charge you based on the value of the card once it was. I think even once it was graded, it wasn't even like the raw value. It was the post grading value. Yeah, it was rough. Yeah. So you go. There's something we got right. I managed to find some information out about PSA. Last week, they graded 182,798 cards. There you go.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
so I know.
And they
it's
still have
nuts,
a
right?
backlog.
And they still have millions in the backlog, yeah. And there you go.
Wow.
And they're doing just south of 200,000 cards a week.
I mean, how many people
53,000. Go on. Good
How
question.
many people do you employ to grade cards? Are you doing it digitally at that point? Because even if you're doing it digitally, you figure a minute or two per card, and you're swapping them in and out.
Well, I mean, this is the thing, right? So what's your QA and your QC process look like? Anyway, never mind. Let's not get into that.
I mean, because that's a lot of cards. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a lot of cards.
you're doing, even if you had someone doing it 24/7. I mean, how many cards to get an hour done?
So 53,000 basketball, 35,000 baseball, 24,000 NFL, 2,000 soccer, and 1,000 ice hockey. There you go.
Someone's apparently grading $88 ice hockey cards.
I know, right? Top player graded.
Fernando Tatis.
No, it's wrong sport. It's basketball. In fact, the top. Oh no, I'm being an idiot. Never mind. Forget what I just said. Top graded basketball player last week.
Oh, I want to say Luka Doncic.
Jordan.
Is it Jordan? No, everyone's still throwing Jordans in.
And the week before, Jordan as well. So there you go. That's crazy, right? Baseball.
I'd say it's got to be Tatis because it's still a fairly young rookie.
Number 3.
Oh man, Griffey. Then we talked about the top cards.
Griffey's number 9. There you go.
Wow. Okay.
So he's affectionately known in my collector group as the Bobby, which is a very Scottish reference. Luis Robert.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Number 1 last week. I won't make you pick. I won't make you pick an NFL player or a hockey player.
Well, it's NFL. I'm going to say Mahomes, or that's just my best guess.
Oh, not a bad guess. He was number 2. Justin Herbert was number 1 graded last week.
Okay.
Do you want to have a go at a soccer player, a kickball player?
Kickball player. Is it Euro kickball player?
A Euro kickball player. So not English Premier League.
I'm gonna go with like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Number 3. Ronaldo was number 3. Kylian Mbappe for Paris Saint-Germain, number 1. Messi number 2, and then Ronaldo. Ice hockey.
Big idea.
Come on, I know you can get ice hockey.
Ice hockey. Oh gosh, there's a dude that plays for.
No, I can already say no. If think of
Gretzky.
There you go, number 1, okay. Gretzky. Yeah. Still,
I was thinking that Connor McDavid would have been my next guess.
Connor McDavid, not in the top 10.
Right. Yeah.
Gretzky. Go on. Sorry.
He's a hot rookie, or it was last year's hot rookie.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year right there. So. Then Jaromir Jagr or
Jaromir Jagr number 3.
Yeah, and then Sidney Crosby. That's my other one.
Crosby number 8.
Right. Alex Ovechkin.
Ovechkin, do you mean?
Yeah, it was Ovechkin.
Ovechkin 6.
I'm getting. I wouldn't know anyone. I'm out of hockey players.
You're all out of hockey players, are you? Mario Lemieux number 2.
There we go.
Jagr number 3. Oh God. Alexis, it looks like Raffinier when you write it down, but I know you don't say it like that.
Yeah, that's all right. Like I said, it's basically everyone from the 80s and 90s. And
it is. That's so crazy. That's why. Like I started scrolling down this list not with the intention of talking about it, but that's what's interested me about this list. It's like, even though these are cards that were graded last week, it's names from goodness knows, it's like all the big names from the history of the sport, and not just. Like, it's not just rookies. Like, the basketball one was really interesting because Michael Jordan's number 1 and was number 1 last week. LeBron James is number 2. Fair enough, he's still playing. But he's not a rookie, right? He was number 4 last week. Then you got Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, and then Kobe's at number 5, and then Luka, and then a whole bunch of dudes I don't know, and then Trae Young at number 10. So that's interesting. I find that really interesting.
I think it's still the whole thing of everyone's gone back home to their parents during lockdown and went, Mom and Dad, where's my basketball cards? and pull them out. And I was like, all right, well, I got all these. They look in pretty good condition. Well, for $20, I might as well see if I can get it graded and double my money on it.
That's true. That's fair. I suppose, yeah, but when you consider that, I mean, these cards could have been sitting in with PSA for like 9 months. You know what I mean? So
I guess they wouldn't have been sitting in there for like 9 months. I mean,
yeah, that's a really good point.
Project 2020 cards are starting to pop up and all their PSA things there, so that would have been last year.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
So it would have been everyone in lockdown submitting all their crap because they're like, I got nothing else to do, and I'm going through it and putting their cards in, and so that's what caused the whole logjam, anyways.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, on a slightly related note, then the Michael Jordan rookie card from 86 Fleer, is that right?
86 Fleer, yeah.
A sealed box, baseball card exchange, wrapped and certified, went for auction last week, $270,000.
Wow.
For a box of cards. Not even guaranteed that the card... Oh, it might be, I guess, with collation.
So you're guaranteed almost 2 per box.
Is it 2? Yeah, I was going to say the collation makes it almost... Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I think you might be right. Definitely 1, I suppose. But yeah, 270,000 for a sealed box.
Because I saw this because somebody pulled the Jordan out of a pack the other day, and they bought it at a shop, and it pulled it in there because they know the collation. So apparently if you pull Buck Williams, the next card is Michael Jordan.
Oh, really? Look at you. Yeah, you know all the tricks. Golly.
Well, it was one of those things that they said, well, if you know the collation, I think it's like Brad Doherty, Buck Williams, and if you get those two back to back, the next card is obviously Michael Jordan.
I tell you, if that Euro Millions comes in one day, man, we'll open a box live on stream.
Well, 1 box. We don't want multiple boxes.
All right, 1 box each. Fair enough.
Yeah, we just fold in half. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, there you go. PSA 4.
So they were saying because I think the set only has like 150 or 200 people players in it, so it's guaranteed like 2.5 or 1.6 or something like that. So you're guaranteed almost 1 per box, as long as it's not been a search box.
Well, that's the trick, and I guess that's why the certified ones demand such a premium, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have a couple of junk wax era groups I'm in there, and the amount of people are saying that people have opened packs for me to seal them and have gotten better and better kind of identifying there. I mean, I'd be absolutely gutted to that if I, let's say, bought a box of, say, 85 tops, which I would love to get a box of that there, and to know it, somebody's opened it and resealed it there. Or I guess 83 tops would be the big one because you have the Sandberg, the Boggs, or the Gwynn rookie there. So
yeah. Good old wax, right? We love a bit of junk wax. So we've managed to fill quite a bit of time. Project 70. Let's talk about Project 70 before we either circle back to bunt or we call it a night. One of the two. But
so we're not. Funny enough, I said we're at 75%. We're still at 74%. We're not even at 75%. Oh. We haven't crushed that, and it doesn't help. So Friday they had a 2-card release. Monday today they had a 2-card release. So they're really dragging it on there. So I don't know if that's MLB's fault or Topps' fault, or a combination of the artist's fault. But the problem with the set now is you have all the really good artists that everyone really enjoys. So the Lauren Taylor, the Alex Pardee, the Ski, and the Ermsey. They've all produced 15 or more cards. So they only have a couple cards left. And we're stuck with the Blues, the Ben Pollers.
The Bronsons, rest in peace.
Yeah, exactly, the Bronsons.
I was going to say Snoop Dogg. I keep saying Snoop Dogg, but he's done loads of cards, right?
Snoop's only done like 11 cards, 12 cards. He's still got a ways to go.
A few Snoops to come then.
Yeah, but again, his cards haven't sold as well as we thought they were. I mean, the guy's, he dabbles in everything right now. So I don't know if there's anything Snoop doesn't do.
Yeah.
But I mean, Josh Fetus did his 19th card, and now we'll see, hopefully the first wrapper card soon. So,
do you know what? I'm actually excited to see these wrapper cards. I hope they're kind of cool. I'm curious if nothing else.
I think we've already kind of seen the Pardee wrapper card. It's kind of been out there a few times where the baseball, the fangs on it. I think that's supposed to be his card, but whether that's just for his Brightmare companion cards or not, who knows? It's Topps. They might change the thing and say, you know what? These wrapper cards, not a good idea.
I know. How much they're going to keep messing with this project? I mean, I suppose that it's not. Is it their fault? Who knows? It really would be lovely if we could get hold of somebody from Topps to comment on this kind of thing. They must have a press office or something, do you know?
You know what? They're gonna go. It's some like 80-year-old dude who can't hear the phone ringing. So he's been there since the start. You know, that's why he's in customer services in the press office. But in all seriousness, like it's limping along. There's only a couple cards left. Of artists you probably want, so but I mean, there's a lot of guys you're kind of going, are you really excited about Pose's next card? You're like,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
there's nothing excited there, so I think we're gonna hit this kind of giant lull till March, and have the occasional really excited. That's it. But I had an epiphany though. So Lauren Taylor said she was doing a card that no one's not done yet. And I think I figured out who it might be.
Well, Conan, we got one thing right last week. Let's see if we can get one thing right this week.
I think her card's going to be Bobby Dahlbeck.
Nobody's done a Bobby Dahlbeck. That's interesting.
No one's done a Bobby Dahlbeck, and she has met him a few times, given him some of her work. I think she has an autographed bat for them. And I'm kind of going, he seems to be fairly popular with Boston fans. Like it doesn't mean anything to me, but that could be one of those, sleeper cards.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout.
Because regardless, she'll sell a couple thousand just because it's Lauren Taylor and everyone wants their set. But she said someone hasn't been done yet, so this is kind of where I'm like, it could be it. And when she talked to us on the air, she always said, do I pick a rookie? So
interesting.
So that's my wild prediction for Project 70 this week. My wild prediction is it will continue on.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Lauren Taylor, Bobby Dahlbeck card coming up. No. Any remarkable print runs this week, either high or low?
Parties, Bryce Harper, just a shade under 6,000. I did the quick math there, but I haven't posted about that. So it's been an interesting one. I had a conversation with a couple Topps collectors and say, cool card, but it's Bryce Harper, and he's just not that popular. So, but otherwise, you're talking about pretty much everything's under 1,000. It's nothing exciting to report, but you're kind of seeing Tatis. So
yeah, the usual name,
the usual suspects, Acuna, kind of over and over again. So I think when you get that, Blue the Great Acuna card, you're gonna be like, well, I might bite this as speculation because it's only going to sell 300 of them. So
yeah, Ski's not had a card out for a little while, has he?
No, but he's been busy DJing all over the place. So I imagine that,
and probably doing flipping NFTs like everyone's doing NFTs. And
I think the last thing he did was the Willie's card. So that's already been delivered. So
yeah, they did that one-off Vlad Jr. for the Toronto Card Show.
Yes, unfortunately we couldn't get a card for that, but so it's just unlucky, but it's just a quiet time. I imagine the artists are busy and have things to do, and it's just that time.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them commenting saying, look, it's just like balls to the wall right now. I'm trying to get commissions out the door for the end of the year, and people are wanting Christmas gifts done and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's understandable, is it?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what's going on with MLB. I mean, no, Jonas never complained that MLB dinged his cards, so it could be a process there. I think Topps is smart to do a 2-card drop until the new year, and just kind of build the backlog up. So you go, okay, great, we actually have cards to put out there. But I mean, I think it's Ben Baller's only done 10 cards. Blue's only done 8 cards, so they basically have to do a card a week the rest of the series.
To get them out, yeah.
And how excited are you going to be about these? Like, neither one of those guys are. I think Ben Baller buys half his own cards.
Yeah, I think we could be sitting here in a year talking about Project 70 still going.
Just fingers crossed. There's not another one next year. There'll be something, but
there'll be something. Yeah.
It's a slog. So
hey, it's been fantastic fodder for this podcast, if nothing else, for the last
absolutely
last 36 episodes.
Yeah. So I like I said, maybe after this I retire and go, all right, well, there's no more projects after that.
You need to go back to your junk wax. Here's one we've not done for a little while. Card of the week.
Ooh, card of the week.
And don't just cop out and say Pardee because it's Pardee.
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot here. Oh, and to be honest, it was pretty blah league. Okay, let me go pull this up really quick because you're really putting me on the spot.
Yeah, because you just wanted to say Pardee and then I took it away from you.
No, I mean, I bought the card because it's Pardee and I'm working on the set. So I enjoy. We had the Blue Moo Odom by Chuck Styles. That was interesting because he's an unusual guy. Actually, you know what? The Juan Soto by Herbsy was really good.
That was a cool one, actually. Yeah, I saw that. I quite liked that one.
That was the 94 NES one there. But actually, you know what? I think probably my favorite card of the week was, what was it? It's Infinite Archive Shohei Ohtani, where it's him batting and pitching, and it says MVP over that. I think that was probably my favorite card.
Very cool.
I would picking that one up in the secondary market because I don't want to pay full price.
Yeah. I have some Project 70 news of my own this week.
Ooh,
So,
right.
so you've obviously been shadow banned from one of the groups, and you're on the naughty step in one of the Project 70 related groups, which I find hilarious. So I posted in there looking for Bronson foils because I've got all 7 of the base cards. So I thought, right, I might as well try and pick up the foil cards as well. Everyone seems to hate the Bronson cards, so I'm sure it'll be no problem at all trying to pick up some of the foils. Absolutely 0 bites.
Right.
Nothing.
Okay.
Not a dicky bird. So off to eBay, I suppose, but it'll be a project for the new year because I have other places to put my money at the moment rather than buying Action Bronson foil cards. So yeah, if you have an Action Bronson foil card from Project 70 that you're looking to move along, give me a shout.
Yeah.
You can see the Twitter just down here.
Yeah, it's you'll find it on eBay there. It's funny, everyone, if you don't sell your foil right off the bat, they basically go for about $50 these days.
Yeah.
I was in on Mikael B's Wade Boggs for 40 and it went for 41. So
You got sniped on it, did you?
no, I overbid somebody and I get FOMO when I figure like those up. I have to set a price of these things and go, all right, I'm not really willing to pay more than that. Because,
Yeah, you're being
as
sensible.
I shared, what I'm doing next year, my project is to get a bunch of autographs on these Project 70 cards. So I thought it'd be cool to get a foil for fairly cheap, and that's it. And I think a lot of people, they're kind of going, well, if I don't get $80 or more for it, I'll just keep it. So I think you're seeing that for right now, but the long-term value of these cards are dropping quickly.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. The Trout Ermsey from Project 2020,
2000, yeah.
whatever it was called, can't remember what it was called.
2020.
Yeah, it's gone, like you say, it's gone from like 2K, it's peaked down to like $350. I was like, oof, it's worse than crypto.
Exactly.
Crypto's a rough ride right now. It's worse than crypto.
And if I had the money, if I hadn't bought too many Project 2020 prints, I'd buy it and then try to get an autograph on it.
That'd be kind of cool, yeah.
Because it's one of those things there. And to be honest, I'd love to get a dual autograph. You have Herbsy and Trout to have signed that. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, there's only, I think I'm right in saying there's only one guy who can get Trout to sign stuff.
Yes, there is one guy that contacted to get him right there.
Yeah,
so.
he's in that Project 70 group as well.
Yep.
What was the card I'd shared earlier on today? It was a Mike Trout signed Project 70 card. 101 dude was wanting $5,000 for it.
Oh no, it was the Alex Pardee, Bryce Harper
Pardee.
autograph. So he paid
That's not
$1,500
the one
for it.
that I sent. Was it?
That was the one he sent. Yeah, it's the Pardee's 101
Oh,
because.
Oh yes, it was. My bad. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he was asking. He bought it for $1,500 and was asking for $5,000 for it. So. I don't know. That's a lot of money to me. Somebody must have the money there, being Alex Pardee, but I don't know. I don't see the value in it. But
I didn't even realize he had put a copy of his Topps receipt next to it. So yeah, so he paid $2,000 for it and 155 tax, so $2,200 basically,
right.
and is immediately trying to flip it for $5,000.
Yep.
Jeez, behave yourself.
That's some cojones. Like I said, and how many people have liked it and how many people have commented it. It's still out there hanging.
Yeah, he could be hanging out on that for a while.
Cause yeah, I mean, it's like it's a high end value, so you have to find a Bryce Harper collector that would be interested and it's a tough sell. So
Yeah, well, yeah, like we've already said, for whatever reason, Bryce Harper doesn't seem to be frightfully popular in the hobby. So,
I mean, I was able to pick up his jersey for $25. That was a steal.
yeah, that is not bad actually. Yeah. A very quick good evening to Moose, who's joined us right as we're wrapping up the show. But yeah, nice to have you with us, Moose. He's commenting on Facebook.
We expect you next week. I know.
Yeah,
but yeah,
so,
nothing much more to Project 70. It's gonna limp along for the next 3 weeks. I have a feeling maybe, I don't know, if they're smart, it limps along till February when everyone's paid their bills and can afford cards again.
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe there'll be deals over. No, they won't put it on. They won't put deals on. But
No, they won't put deals on there. No.
that was a stupid thing to say.
But you can look for the deals. I mean, there was a discount code you could use last year for the Project 20 cards.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that.
It took them a long time to figure out that 20% discount card that everyone's using.
Yeah, that's where all those
stop that.
That's where all those Keith Shore Griffies came from, right? all 200,000 of them, or however many they got up to.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to my Keith Shore Project 20 a fine art print to get up on the wall soon.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. I like this stuff, man. I think
it's going right there.
You taking the poster down?
Poster, yeah. So the poster's going to go down here, but that's why it's all crap down here.
Okay.
So I haven't bothered to do that because then I'll put the up there so you can still see the fine art prints, and then stick that there.
This is quality podcast content. You need to watch.
Exactly. Yes.
You need to watch the stream to know what we're talking about.
Yes.
That's just a great excuse to watch this shit live.
Exactly. We're more fun live, anyways. We engage. And,
exactly. Yeah.
Yes. We've got the nice background up. I fixed it all. I like that. So yeah, I'm just waiting for those fine art prints to show up, and then they'll go on the wall behind me. And yeah, absolutely. The Keith Shore Griffey card had to go up there. So
my room's still a shit tip, so you're gonna get a virtual ballpark behind me for quite some time yet. Maybe one day it'll be clean enough that I can.
You just need to wait for a really boring meeting and just put yourself off camera and fix that.
Yeah. Now I've got wireless headphones and I can wander around in meetings and stuff. It's great. It's amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Check me with technology.
Thank God everyone in your work listens to your podcast.
I know, right? I know. Hey, they might
Graham's
do.
got off the screen again. What's he doing?
Yeah, what's he doing? Why is his camera never on? Yeah,
exactly.
I'm away doing my dishes and that. Yeah.
I'm not much better. I used to sit in the parent council meetings and play video games with my camera.
Yeah, it's fine for you to say that. You don't work there anymore. I still work where I work. Come on, man. They know that doesn't happen. So yeah, Project 70. There we go. As we always say, it persists. So Bunt, we talked a little bit about Bunt earlier on, but it's maybe worth circling back to just to round out the show because we always seem to round back. We always seem to find our way back to it. Your collecting is going very well. My collecting has almost exclusively stopped. I seem to be back in the habit of logging in, collecting my mystery boxes, collecting my coins, completing my daily missions, but I'm finding myself not very enamored by any of the sets that are out there right now.
Okay, that's fair. Like I said, I like exceptions. I actually started pricing up boxes in Inception. I didn't realize you got 4 cards per pack and 6 packs to a box. But I'm up. I need to hit the lottery so I can afford my Inception cards.
Do you mean actual Inception cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's one of the. It's like a soft premium product, but yeah.
Yes, I saw that because I'm like, I'm really liking the cards. How much? Oh, no, I won't be buying them. I will not be collecting those anytime soon.
No, if unless you're really invested in it, yeah, it's a singles product more than anything else, I would say.
Yeah, I almost thought about trying to put a set together because you would have people going, well, I really don't want this DJ LeMahieu card, so I
could trade it for a Shed Long.
I said Shed Long's not in the set. DJ LeMahieu at least has a chance of being in the set. So I thought about maybe that'd be kind of cool to do that, and I saw the prices and like, yeah, I don't think everyone's gonna go. It's a $20 card regardless of who's on the front of it. So Gold Label I thought I liked. I was able to trade for the set, so that was an easy win for me. And yeah, I do like the Tyson Beck Fire cards. There's some really cool inserts there. So I've got this Bryce Harper Super Rare that's motion. like hard hitters or something like that. It's a pretty cool card. So I don't mind that. I'm kind of, like I said, I spent some time putting together a spreadsheet of bunt releases for the last 2 years to kind of guess what was coming up next.
Look at you. Wow.
Well, I thought it'd be, I know what I like, so I enjoy Inception.
Yeah.
I like Triple Threat, which it should come up around March next year.
Yeah.
And I tend not to buy those weekly sets that pop up. So I can kind of save my money there and kind of go, okay, well, I'm going to save my money up for something I really like and then blow it all in there.
That's what that tends to be what I do as well. But unfortunately, I'm so committed to not spending coins that I have 4.6 million coins right now. So there you go. So yeah, I'm going to need something to float. Like Tribute, I must have put a couple of million into Tribute. Like I really like the Tribute set this year. So I think that's where most of my spending went, like of in-game coinage. Like I traded for quite a few sets. I ended up building Gypsy Queen. And yeah, so a bit of wheeling and dealing, but yeah, as far as buying boxes went, Tribute. But then they did that event with Tribute, right? And that event was a lot of fun. That was the best event they did all year for sure.
Absolutely. We
should be saving this for the reflection show.
Yes, but we'll cover it again.
We'll cover it again. There you go. We'll just regurgitate old content. Yeah, interesting. You mentioned Topps Fire. So Topps Fire is a physical product as well.
I did see that.
Yeah, it's a retail only. It comes out every year. I don't know if it came out this year actually, but yeah, retail only. I think it's normally like exclusive to Target and Walmart. It might even only be one of those, but definitely Target. But I think Walmart might have it as well. And it's generally hated by the collector community. It's
really?
like almost every year people just slag the design off. I think it's got that Inception thing of you either like it, and if you like it, you really like it. I mean, if you don't like it, you really don't like it. It's the definition of a Marmite product.
Marmite product.
Yeah, there's a nice UK reference for our international listeners. Yeah, like it's, so if people like it, they really like it, and if you don't like it, you really don't like it.
I can see that. Like, I don't know if I actually would like it as a physical card. Like, I don't know if I'd actually want to put my set together, but as a digital card, it's kind of fun. Like, I feel a bit
like that about Inception. Have you seen Inception stuff in hand?
No.
I've got some. I've got some. I'll send you some down.
I'm trying. Shed Long has not made Inception yet, so
yeah. I don't have any from this year, but I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly sure I've got a couple of Inception cards.
I think I saw someone who was up your way. Like, I don't know if I'd like it in hand or not, but as a digital card, especially with the 3D effects, I think it's cool.
Yeah, they look really cool. Yeah, they do.
That's why I was gutted with the NFTs, because I think I would have absolutely loved it as NFTs.
You can still buy it. You can still buy Inception NFT packs on the marketplace.
I'm not gonna buy it on the market. I'm not paying above market value.
Yeah, it's like $80 a pack or something. I think last I checked. Yeah, I can't remember how much they were to buy, but and I've not checked this week to see how my postseason 2021 postseason sealed packs, see what they're worth, because they weren't worth much of fuck all last I looked, but but they were just bought for a bit of fun, if nothing else. So so yeah, no NFT news this week. I'm just busy losing my ass on frickin' Ethereum at the moment.
No, so there was NFT news. They came out with a series 2 of the football, with soccer.
Bundesliga.
I think the series 2 came out. They announced it there.
Did they?
I went, it's kickball.
It's kickball. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm over about the ball hitting the back kind of sports.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly check them while we're talking. So I had some of the first edition Bundesliga packs, and I sold 3 of those, which is what funded my purchasing of the 2021 postseason NFT packs a couple of weeks ago from toppsnfts.com. So it wasn't actually money I had to put in, it was just from selling those sealed packs. And I actually had another 3 of those up for sale, so it'd be interesting to see if they've sold or not, because I don't actually get an email. You have to log into your account to find out if you've sold stuff, which is...
That's ridiculous.
Slightly irritating, yeah.
Topps Series 2. It's coming out soon. Came out 5 hours ago today.
Oh, all right, really?
Yeah, Bundesliga Series 2.
2FA, come on, man. Like, I'm all for 2-factor authentication.
Well, I just went to Twitter, so it's easier that way.
I think it's a fantastic security measure, but it's a pain in the ass when you're doing a live show and you're trying to log into your Topps account.
But that's interesting that it was so popular the first time. We said, you know what, we're going to do a series 2 because we don't learn our lessons.
Yeah, they're determined to milk that cow however possible, right?
I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, maybe you go, okay, we couldn't sell out. Could we reduce the number made? Because then it's more of a limited market. You might get more interest, and then you're not going to sell 80,000 packs. Maybe you go 50,000 this time, so it does sell out and keep that scarcity.
That's true. And well, there was 26,000 packs of the postseason NFTs, and they took a few hours to sell out. It's not like they went super quick like Inception did, but then like we discussed on the show last week, it was only the postseason team, so it was only 10 teams that make up the checklist. So it's kind of understandable, but wow, this is just the laggiest website in the world. As if my laptop wasn't struggling enough.
Are we going to have problems again with only be able to purchase those in America and not be able to actually purchase them in Europe?
Well, it's a genuine thing. So on toppsnfts.com, like I can't withdraw any of the money that I make from selling stuff. Mm-hmm. Like it's stuck. Like Topps NFTs is just in a sandbox basically. So I can't even transfer it out. So it's backed by the Avalanche coin AVAX, or I think it's ticker symbol thing. But you can't take your balance and actually put it into AVAX and then add it to a crypto wallet like Coinbase or FTX or anything like that. It's just stuck in toppsnfts.com, and you need to have a US bank account in order to get it out. So the only way to get it out is to go from toppsnfts.com straight to your bank account.
Right.
And for something that's run, as an NFT thing that's run on the blockchain and backed by crypto, for you not to be able to get it to crypto is ridiculous. I mean, the process sucked with Wax to get it from Wax to something else, and then to Ethereum, and then into your pocket, right? So that sucked balls. But at least it was possible. It's just physically not possible on toppsnfts.com. I mean, they have it in beta at the moment, so it's not like a final release, which I think is what stops you suing them, because it's not a final release product. It's still technically in test. I mean, which is bullshit, right? Because we know it's not. It's just a nice way to avoid problems like that by saying, "Oh, it's a beta. It's not."
We're sorting out the issues here.
Yeah, precisely, right? So. Yeah, it's kind of a pain. So we're sort of locked in with that money at the moment, and the money that's invested in it. So whatever I spent on those first 5 Bundesliga packs. So, getting you can still wheel and deal and build yourself up a nice little balance of, either cash if you sell, or you trade it out for other NFTs. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying to be locked in and not have a way to get my balance out of there. If I want to put it into crypto somewhere else, or if I want to. Just have the money in my bank because I'm not in the States, so I can't do it. But I'm sure it's something that they'll address moving forward once it gets closer to being a proper release and not just a beta release. But it could be like, who knows how long they're going to keep it in beta for.
True. Yeah. So, well, there you go. NFT news. There was some
NFT news. We managed to make up some crap.
It wasn't exciting NFT news, but there was news.
No, but yeah, news nonetheless. Yeah, a common gripe about Topps NFTs. All right, jolly good. Well, there we go. That has us managed to fill another hour this week, so we've done quite well, I think. Considering we were panicking 10 minutes before the start of the show that we didn't have anything to talk about, and we've managed to meander our way through yet another hour.
We dragged on like it was Project 70.
No, they'll never be that bad. That's terrible. Golly. So yeah, that I guess concludes what will be the last regularly scheduled program for the. That's not true. Regular format
regular format.
show for the year. So next Monday, the 23rd of December. Is that right? No, 20th of
20th.
December.
20th.
We will have our Christmas special. Quite what we're going to do to make it a Christmas special, I don't know. Perhaps I'll wear a Santa hat.
I was just saying, we'll wear Christmas shirts and a Santa hat. That's
Yeah,
what the best.
I don't know. Like I have comedy Christmas T-shirts. Like I have like an elf, like one from the movie Elf, and I have like a Star Wars one, which is like Yoda with a Santa hat on. Thanks to the lockdown weight gain, they no longer fit me. So I make no promise about wearing some kind of festive shirt next week. I may put on a Santa hat.
You may be wearing a festive tube top.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It turned into like those T-shirts turned into boob tubes real fast, and nobody wants to see that. I don't want to get us demonetized before we even get monetized. So yeah, we will have a festive show next week, and then we'll do our best of our summary of 2021 the week after. So be sure to tune in for that. I'm sure it'll be.
It's funny you say that because somebody posted they were doing a break. I'm gonna guess it was like a Pokemon break, or it was definitely some sort of non-sport break, and all the guys had their shirts off. There was like 6 dudes. Some of them were very heavy set, opening cards.
Yeah,
and it's just like what the hobbies got into, and it was definitely streaming, so it must be a Twitch thing or something like that.
Yeah, I have I think I've mentioned before my $1 million sports card idea, which I'm not going to talk about on stream.
No.
Yeah, that's not it. Basically, comic book guy from The Simpsons opening Pokemon cards topless. No, I don't.
Yeah, but pretty much that what it was there, and I was just like, wow, like I don't know, that's like a bad bet to lose.
Yeah,
'cause I don't want to see any dude's hairy chest as he open up cards.
No, this is taking a sinister turn.
It is.
Right.
Let's end this night before it goes worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, before we get any deeper into Jason's TikTok history, we'll we'll wrap it up there for the week. So yeah, this week's episode will be available as a podcast this Wednesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts. If you've got nothing else to do, if we're in lockdown version 3.0, go ahead over to Apple Podcasts. Drop us that 5-star review. It is much appreciated. We do like the reviews. Feel free to leave us a comment as well. You can tell us if you'd like to see us do a topless stream one week. It's not going to happen, but you can request it.
Yes. Let's stick to seltzer reviews. Come on now.
yeah, man. Yeah, sliders and seltzers coming soon. So yeah, thank you for joining us this week. Like I say, it'll be out this Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time, and next Monday you can join us live 9 p.m. Monday, 20th of December for our festive special. Till then, Jason, thanks very much again.
Cheers. Always good to talk to you, and hope to see you guys next week.
Yeah, indeed. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Bye.
These my dance make it hurt.